Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. So, first turn Bloodsoaked Champion, and that player had to mulligan once. If his deck is a highly aggressive one card can mean a lot. And Hangerback Walker for 1. Shambling Vent. Cutthroat. Okay, so he's playing a, looks like a Mardu Sacrifice deck. He's got his Cutthroat, he's got the Champion, which he can continually sacrifice, provided he has the mana to bring it back. Hangerback Walker, obviously. Perfect for a sacrifice deck. Now all he needs is the Sacrifice Engine, which for him is typically Butcher of the Horde. Though Nantuko Husk would be just fine. And Ruinous Path on the Zulaport Cutthroat. That gets rid of him. Makes it a little harder for him to do his sacrifice shenanigans. But it doesn't stop him, especially if he gets a Butcher of the Horde. Outpost Siege. And he chooses dragons. Chooses dragons? I've talked about this a lot. How most of the time, or almost all the time, you see people choose cons, and he picked dragons. And I've always said, you know, there's a deck to be made where you can pick dragons. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Mardu Sacrifice. And hello, Gideon. I don't know how long you're going to live. Only going in with that. And he didn't block. Buffs the Walker. Nantuko Husk. Sacrificing the Walker. So all he needs to do is sack one more creature and Gideon's dead. So this Esper deck is in a bit of trouble. He's got his Sacrifice Engine, and he's got Outpost Siege in lieu of the Zulaport Cutthroat. Now he just needs to be able to keep playing creatures. And Ruinous Path on the Nantuko Husk to get rid of the engine. And he's gonna respond. Sacks the husk to itself to deal 1 damage to him. Oh, and he drew a land. But, you know, it was a fetch land, and he has a very high life total. So, thin out his deck. I remember one time I had to explain to a newer player why fetch lands were a good idea. And he just didn't understand the fact that if you put a land in that searches for a land, it removes 2 lands from your deck effectively. Shambling Vent is a very good play here from him. He's down to 3, and he didn't block at all. He doesn't have a choice. He has to block next turn. Or he's just dead. And I mean, I think he's just dead. I think the only way that he could stay alive for another turn would have been to... Oh, Soren. I don't think that's gonna help. Put him up to 6, Shambling, yeah. Shambling Vent, and the rest of the creatures, you're dead. Unless he has Valorous Stance, or... what is that one? The one that destroys target attacking black or red creature and you gain 2 life. And he didn't have any of that. So, on to game 2. Okay, and the Mardu deck had to mulligan once. If memory serves, he did that in the last game, and it didn't hurt him. So, if his luck holds, though the Esper deck did manage to silk wrap the Bloodsoaked Champion this turn, so that's a much better start for him than the last game. Sultai Emissary with the really cool art. I kind of wish that all of the Sultai Emissaries had this art. Just like a bug patch. You know, the next time they update, all of a sudden all the Sultai Emissaries have this art. Because comparatively, this art is so much cooler than the other. And Dueling Hangerback Walkers. 3 cards in hand, 4 mana. Nantuko Husk. I have to say, I think I would have attacked with the Sultai Emissary right there. You know, either you're getting through for 1 or you're killing his... No, I forgot. He could buff up the walker and then basically it would be pointless. Never mind. Ultimate price on the Husk. Goes through. No responses. So, 3 cards. 4 mana. Again. He could really use something like Butcher the Horde or Zulaport Cutthroat. And another Hangerback Walker. Butcher of the Horde would be really good for him right now. Mardu Ascendancy would be really good for him right now. Utter End on Hangerback Walker. It's a very good way to nullify a Hangerback Walker. And Nantuko Husk. So he has the tools he needs. He just needs to be able to keep playing creatures. And hope that the Esper deck doesn't kill the Husk again. Four mana and 5 cards. Utter End. Is he going to sacrifice anything? Gets rid of the Sultai Emissary. pretty sure right now he's contemplating whether or not he wants to sacrifice the Hangerback Walker. Nope, he sacks the husk to itself. And the reason why I was talking about sacking the Hangerback Walker was that way he'd have two 1/1 flyers, and he could just choose not to block the Hangerback Walker on the other side and be able to just keep flying in. Sends in the manifest token. Doesn't block. Bone Splinters, sacrificing the... Ah, the manifest token was a Bloodsoaked Champion. That was quite the turn right there. He got in the attack, got to use it as a sacrifice, and then because it attacked, it triggered the raid, and he brought it back. Oh, that was a pretty good turn for him. But he is out of cards. And Gideon goes straight for the Anthem. And goes straight for the face. And Butcher of the Horde. Well, that changes things dramatically. He sacks the Hangerback Walker to the Butcher to give it haste. 4 1/1 flyers. Sacks 1 to give it lifelink. And 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to go through. He'll gain 5 life, go back up to 19. And all of a sudden, this race isn't so close. In fact, it's over. That was really lucky, though. Top decking that Butcher of the Horde, that's what won him that game. If he hadn't, that would have been a whole lot closer. But that was a Mardu sacrifice deck versus... Trying to figure what that deck is. It's some kind of an Esper deck. So I'll have to look at the deck lists. But if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe.